Merhaba Nilda Hanım. Ben Doug. Thank you very much for continuing to work with us. And this is your writing task 2, the second part. I ripped you apart when it came to the grammar and vocabulary. Now we're going to focus on the red and blue sections, which are basically organization and how you answer the question. And I won't have to speak as fast because there are just a few things we need to focus on. All right, so you ready? Let's do it. Okay. So let's take a look here at this first paragraph, your intro paragraph. In this day and age, animal testing is an unquestionably hot debate topic. Some people opine that testing of drugs on animals were required, while some people claim vice versa. Okay, so I think I mentioned this in the first video. We should make this sentence easier or more digestible, easier for the reader to understand. Sometimes when we try to overcomplicate things, it becomes actually just that, a little bit too complicated, too hard to understand. So we want to make it easy for the reader to understand and not oversimplify your idea at the same time. So I like the fact that you juxtapose, or you put these two ideas side by side for comparison. While some people believe this, others feel this. Now, how can we do that? I think simple words like feel and believe are great to use to compare. Opine is a great word, but it's pretty high level word. If you really would like to use it, that's fine. Feel and believe are just fine in my opinion as well. Now, this part right here, while some others, I don't think you need to say some others. You can just say while others or while some, because when you say while some, that also means some others. So it's kind of like a reduced way of saying that, and it's nice. So just say while others claim or while others claim. All right? Now, vice versa. Vice versa is a great expression, nice word, nice combination of words, but I don't know if it's really appropriate in this context. You know, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg, or vice versa. That means you can substitute one for the other, opposite, okay? But in this, what is the opposite of testing drugs on animals? There's really no opposite there, so you can't really say vice versa. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? All right, so, and I already went over the grammar, how you could fix this part of the sentence, all right? Basically say, while some people believe that testing drugs on animals is required, while others disagree. All right. Now, let's go to the body, the first body paragraph, and it's right here. You did write a second body paragraph, and for the other people watching this video, to Nilda's credit, she did identify this as a second paragraph, but when I put it onto this document, it kind of took it away. So good job, Nilda, for dividing the paragraphs. That's a good thing you did. All right? There are several reasons why people should avoid testing on animals. First and foremost, animals have feelings. All right? Now, that's a legitimate point. My question is, when you develop the rest of this paragraph, do you really introduce other ideas, or do you go on to explain how researchers hurt or torture animals? So you got to be careful. I don't know if these are necessarily different ideas or if you've just focused on one idea and have decided to explain it thoroughly, which is not a bad thing to do either. So it's a little bit of a redundant question. Basically, in my opinion, excuse me, when I read this, there are several reasons. I expect several reasons. Instead, you go on to explain one idea and explain it thoroughly, which can be good, but this does not match with the paragraph. So, okay, so if we would think of, if you wanted to say there are several reasons, you might need to think of other reasons why we should avoid testing on animals. So that's it, okay? Let's see here. Now this part right here, animals have to suffer. Why do animals have to suffer? I don't know. To me, it seems like it's really out of place. I don't know why you chose to use this particular sentence in this part of the paragraph. I don't know. You might. Some people believe that using a question can serve you well at the beginning of a paragraph. So I just don't feel this is really the most appropriate place to put this this sentence that you wrote right here. Okay, now going to the second paragraph, in spite of the fact that using animals, we already talked about the grammatical issue here, but in spite of this fact, you don't really have a claim here. I think the next point is valid. You're saying that animal tissue and human tissue are similar. Now let's go to this blue section. Nothing except animals' bodies resembles humans. Now, that's an interesting claim. Now, my question for you is, are you sure about that? Are you sure? It's nice to speak as if you're the authority on the topic, if you in fact know what you're talking about. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I believe in this day and age, we are currently creating human-like tissue. I mean, we do have stem cell, this and that. I think they have now, I've done a little research on the topic, I think that they have now created, what do they call it, in vitro, or basically testing in glass, or kind of like sample tissues, and they can do things. So I don't know if this is necessarily true. So the point is this: don't claim something unless you know it to be true. All right. Now this is an unjustified claim. You haven't gone on to explain that, and it is in fact not true. So that could harm you possibly. Let's go to the other one right here. Another important factor is that if people do not test drugs, it will cause a lot of destructive results. All right, and I gotta shrink the screen here so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. I apologize. There you go. Destructive results. Now, what are those destructive results? You haven't explained what those destructive results are or could be. So, don't say anything or don't claim anything once again if you can't explain it. Alright? So I actually have to create one more video for you because I haven't been able to put all the takeaways in this video. It's already been a little bit long. So in the next video, I'll give you your takeaways, or the most important points that you can hopefully score better on the next exam. Alright, Nilda, see you in the next video. Thanks.